What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my village of Nintendo Switch and gaming news. Once again, we have some awesome information for you guys, tons of great video game news, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So the Final Fantasy 15 free update is due out on April 27th, and it adds PS4 Pro stable mode support in addition to timed quest rankings. So Square Enix will release a new Final Fantasy 15 update on April 27th, adding a new PlayStation 4 Pro mode, timed quest ranking features, and much more. So here's the list of features and things that you should expect in this new update. A new stable mode added to the PlayStation 4 Pro resolution options. With this mode, you can comfortably enjoy playing the game with a stable frame rate. Subtitles, as well as some menu screen text size changes, have been enlarged. Timed quests will start up again, and a new ranking feature has been added. You can get a wonderful weapon as an initial reward. New car stickers added for the Regalia customization. New songs added to the music player. Final Fantasy 15 is available on the PS4 and Xbox One, obviously. It's done very well. I think Square Enix, last time they reported on the sales, well over 5 million units sold at this point. So really cool stuff for Final Fantasy 15 users. I still have not beaten the game yet. I've gotten pretty far, but I was waiting for some of the updates to fix some of the stuff, especially with Chapter 13. And then I decided maybe I want to play it on the PlayStation 4 Pro, so I just decided just to stop playing it in general. But the game is still good. Now, compared to some of the other games that have came out recently, like Nier Automata, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Persona 5, yeah, Final Fantasy 15 doesn't quite stack up, but it's still a good game in my opinion, and all of the changes that they've done to the game definitely enhances the experience for users to get better value, and a lot of it has been free, so you can't get mad at that. I'm going to get back into Final Fantasy 15 just after I finish up some of the other games I've been playing. Alright, we've got big news for Super Bomberman R on the Nintendo Switch. So version 1.3 is now live at this point, and we have the full patch notes in addition to my own take or insight on the matter. So we have 4 new versus stages added to the shop: White Cross, Lagoon, Max Speed, and Power Zone. 2 new series of accessories have been added to the shop: crowns and bombs. The frame rate of the entire game has been improved. We also made slight adjustments and improved the controls as well. Less lags are likely to happen when every participant in the online battle has a good network connection. If you want to find opponents with good connections, set other to greater than basic settings, network, all the way to the left. Made it possible to press L or R to change inclination of the map in the story mode. Other base settings will also allow you to fix the camera position as well. You can choose the strength of the computer on the multiplayer battle menu mode. The strength of the 5 dastardly bombers on the story mode have been adjusted. The difficulties of beginner and normal have been reduced, making it easier to beat them. Adjusted the heights and slopes on some maps to improve the visibility. If you continue a certain number of times in the story mode, you will be able to continue without paying any more gems. Change the BP, battle point, increase/decrease rate for the league battles. Fix various other small bugs. So I have to talk about this because this is some great news, and I tested it out all myself. I played a couple online battles, I played some offline, I played a little bit of the single player, and everything has been drastically improved, just like Konami has said. The last patch was somewhat of a disappointment where there was just minuscule changes here and there. It felt a little bit better to play, but still not up to what we would expect from a Bomberman title. But this time, they have definitely done the right thing, because this update adds much faster frame rate. Now, I don't know if it's locked in 60 frames per second or if it's completely there, but I would say that it's very close, or it is at there, because it's a much smoother experience. You don't feel the jerkiness that you felt when you're trying to hide behind a pillar or behind a block. You feel that you have complete control of your Bomberman at this point, and it just feels much better to play overall. So I'm really happy about what they did with the frame rate and what they've done with the controls, because now it feels like a true Bomberman game. It feels like Jetters. It feels like the game is beforehand. The controls are tight, and if you're using the Joy-Cons or if you're using the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, either one works really well. I think the single player tuning that was good because it was way too hard. Obviously, there was problems with the Dastardly 5, like there was just really imbalanced overall compared to what you can do as a Bomberman. So I just don't think that it was really great in the first place. So I'm glad that they adjusted that. Overall, fantastic update, one of the best updates we've seen so far on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to a game. We've seen The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild get updated. Now we've seen even Shovel Knight and a few other games, Fast RMX. Developers are starting to catch up a little bit more based on when they were trying to just get the game out for launch. They're able to improve upon games that were already pretty good to begin with in the first place. So I'm really happy for this update, and it seems like Konami is even spreading more of the love when it comes to Super Bomberman R, because they have revealed 3 new content updates for Super Bomberman R, and that is Gradius, Castlevania, and Silent Hill content is all coming to the game. Can you guys believe this? You have the Vic Viper Bomber from Gradius, you have the Belmont Bomber from Castlevania, and you have the Pyramid Head Bomber from Silent Hill. Now, no word on when this content's actually coming to Super Bomberman R, but the fact that they're paying homage to the old school games that made Konami what it is a good sign going forward. And I'm telling you, if Konami wants to take this smaller approach, even to their classic games like Castlevania, and making a 2D Castlevania, make it in Unity, do what you're doing with Super Bomberman R, and see the sales come in, because this game even charted in the top 20 on the NPD for North America. That is insane for a third-party game on a Nintendo platform, especially at launch. I did not expect that one at all. I don't think there was any NPD charting games when the Wii U launched as far as third-party content goes. So to see Super Bomberman R on there, and that was before all of the updates that are coming in, is good news. We're getting news that it's around 100,000 units, 70,000 physical, who knows how many digital in Japan, and probably over 100,000 units plus here in North America, and maybe another 100,000 in Europe all combined. So overall, this has been a success for Konami. I can just see based on the content they're doing and the commitment that they've made to this game, because it could have been really easy for them to just say, okay, screw it, we're just going to release this and they're going to be done. But no, they're actually releasing more content, making the game better, and yeah, it looks like it's 60 frames per second now. It's funny because I just talked about this, saying, hey, the controls maybe wasn't a good idea for them to do 30 frames per second, and then voila, it's up to 60 at this point. So good stuff, Konami. And you know what, I'm going to say this, and I'll say it right now, I made some videos, even though Konami has done some really bad things, I made some videos a while ago defending them when it came to Castlevania and other stuff, and it looks like maybe I wasn't so misguided in the first place, because this is some fantastic updates that we're getting to Super Bomberman R, and I'm hoping that this whole Belmont Bomber thing now means that we're going to get another Castlevania game at some point on the Nintendo Switch. Do it. Do it, Konami. We will buy it, and I swear to you, I will rally. If it's halfway decent, I will rally everyone to try to get this game, because I think Konami can do it. I think they have something here with this formula with Super Bomberman R as far as rejuvenating their older franchise, and I would love to see them do that with Castlevania on the Nintendo Switch if they can. Alright, and moving on to the last article here, we do have some news, and this one to me is very important. So the Yebis 3 adds official Nintendo Switch support. Now, behind the scenes, we already knew this was going to happen, right? Because if you knew about certain games, like for example, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, that uses the Yebis engine from Silicon Studio, the same developers behind Bravely Default. Now, if you knew that it used that engine, then okay, then you could say, yeah, you could put 2 and 2 together, but now it is officially available. So Silicon Studio has confirmed that their advanced optical effects middleware graphics package, Yebis 3, now supports the Nintendo Switch. Games created using Yebis 3 on other platforms include Figureheads, Dark Souls 3, MotoGP 15, Ride, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And this is, once again, very important, because there's one game on here that I want to talk about that's been rumored at some point, and that is Dark Souls 3. That is a game that people have been saying could potentially come to Nintendo Switch. The reason why we've been saying that, one, because some rumors came out, but even before that, Nintendo confirmed from Software, the developers of the Dark Souls franchise, that they will be developing content on the Nintendo Switch. They don't really do much stuff outside of Dark Souls at this point, so people are only speculating that, yeah, it's probably going to be Dark Souls 3 or a Dark Souls game. Now, Dark Souls 3 is supported by this engine here, or runs on it, the Yebis 3, so there's no other game that I can think of. This, to me, is almost like a confirmation of some sorts that Dark Souls 3 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, because Xenoverse 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch. We know that game is confirmed, uses the same engine here, and it's just a matter of time before Nintendo from Software announced that there's going to be a Dark Souls 3, maybe even a Dark Souls collection. That was also rumored as well. There was something going around saying that From Software was testing it out. They liked the performance, and they said they're going to go forward with it just as long as everything works out the way it's working out. And I think sales are obviously a big factor into it, you want to make sure that there's enough of an install base before you release your game. And another thing is the official support here. So now we have that confirmation of the official support as far as them adding all the tools and everything that you could expect on other platforms. So expect the Nintendo Switch to be getting some announcements, especially from some of these games here. Maybe we even get a new MotoGP game. Maybe we get that Dark Souls announcement coming up. Maybe E3 is going to be where we finally see this. Xenoverse 2 is already confirmed for the Nintendo Switch. I would love for them to do a double pack if they could, because Xenoverse 1 never came to the Wii U, never came to a Nintendo platform, even though I think it should have. It came to the PS3 and Xbox 360. So if they were able to do a Xenoverse 1 and a Xenoverse 2 package together on the Nintendo Switch, that would be an instant buy for me, even though I'm kind of over Dragon Ball Z games. But I would definitely buy that as long as the performance of the game is on par with what we would see. It's not all laggy and stuff, input delay. I'll definitely be picking that one up. And if Dark Souls 3 comes to Nintendo Switch, once again, I'll be picking that one up just out of principle. Not huge on Dark Souls anymore just because of the style of game that it is, but I would still buy it just to support From Software and more content from them on the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about all of this news here? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you excited for potentially getting a Dark Souls 3? We know Xenoverse is coming. And how do you feel about all this content that we're getting from Konami when it comes to Super Bomberman R? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace!